What's going on, family? So right now, I am headed to my video shoot, right? It's time to release the first single, and so that will be accompanied with a music video. I have the honor of working with Mr. J Street Jr. on this project, on this song called Water. And, you know, I'm dressed how I would be dressed on a regular day going to work. You know, the song Water was the first song that I created after my unemployment. Some of you may be familiar with this story, but so forgive me if you already know it. I reached out to Brother Darnell. I said, Brother Darnell, listen, I can't go to Baltimore every single time I want to work on some music, and I need your help. You know what I mean? I need your help with helping me to understand how I need to be using my MacBook and to create music. Now, I've sat down with GarageBand before and worked on some stuff. One of those songs did make it to the Manifest album. But from then, 10 years ago, I stopped really working on this stuff. You know what I mean? I stopped working with GarageBand. But I knew I needed to because, you know, people would send me tracks. So if every time I'm working on a track, I got to go all the way down to Baltimore. It was just not an efficient system, right? So I pulled up my MacBook, got all the pieces he told me to get, and began working on music. And it was really just at that point, just therapeutic. You know, it really wasn't anything beyond just a therapeutic experience. And then as I sat down and I started working on this stuff, it was like 1 song, 2 songs, 3 songs. And it was like, oh snap, this stuff is not just like therapy, it's actually good. And so the first thing was really giving thanks to the Most High you know, my belief is this: God gives you, and you could believe this if you want to or not, but God don't just bless you, yo. God sends out a blanket of blessings to individuals that are anointed in that particular thing. So maybe your anointment is in being a teacher, a musician, you build homes, you're an elected official, whatever it is. God sends that anointment out as a blanket. And it's those who are able to grab onto that anointment are those that are just going to see, you know, the blessings. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes, right? So I was thankful that the Most High chose that after 10 years of not really creating music. I did some stuff here and there, but after 10 years of not really creating music, the Most High chose not to take that blessing away from me. Or I just happened to catch the Most High in a moment where the Most High was giving that blessing out. So I was thankful that I was still able to create music at a level that was worthy of being released. Now, here's the thing. Now, all music that's released or all music that's created is not intended for commerce, right? It's not intended for commerce. You know, that I want to stress that, you know, some music is created. It is therapy. It's for you and your mom. It's for you and your clique, your your family, your clan, your tribe, your kingdom, your empire. You know, that's who it's intended for, right? But I was thankful that the music that I was creating was clearly for the people, for everyone. And so moving past that, that's what ended up running into wanting to produce the listening party, the New Blood listening party. I think that was my turn right there. And so again, I want to thank all of you who listen. I don't take anything for granted, right? So let me say this. I am in Baltimore. I am a bona fide legend 2 times over. I am a legend because I am part of an amazing collective of people called Brown Fish. And I understand that most people may believe that Brown Fish is Jahiti and ooh. But if you're not including Vertex in that, you bugging. If you're not including B-Fly, you bugging. If you're not including Mason, you bugging. If you're not including Alpha, you bugging. If you're not including PI, you're bugging. If you're not including Black, you're bugging. Now, Black didn't even do music. Or not, put this way, Black never released music. But he did music. And trust me, I'm leaving out a whole bunch of names. I'm leaving out a whole bunch of names for real, yo. That have been a part of Brown Fish in that process. But outside of that, you know, I'm the one who started going out to the poetry events with just the guitar, performing and building that legacy. I'm the one who chose to bill us as Jahiti of Brown Fish, which end up being Ooh of Brown Fish, and B-Fly of Brown Fish, and Vertex of Brown Fish, and Alpha and Mason of Brown Fish. You know, I have my own legacy of singles that I've released outside of Brown Fish. If you hear me on the hook, that was my song, right? That's not all the way correct, right? Because there's a couple songs that Ooh created, and there are Ooh songs that he asked me to do something, right? That they weren't my original thought. But let me just stay focused. I'm a legend 2 times over in Baltimore. I would say by proximity and introduction, I'm a legend in Wilmington, but not really. It's by proximity of authenticity that when I had an opportunity and have those opportunities to perform in Wilmington, it's clear that it's the real deal. And I look forward to the opportunity to showing to people in Wilmington that I am that legend that people in Baltimore believe I am. Now, I give thanks that the Most High chose not to take that talent from me, because I made a decision to not do music because I was working with young men and women coming home with handgun charges. And I did not want to, the Most High told me to put music away and focus on that, because that's serious work, you know. To have to bury someone, a child under 18, is because of the work you do, requires a certain level of focus, you know what I mean? And then when I became director of Parks and Recreation, that was not as intense, but I didn't want someone to say, hey, this guy is doing music, he's not focused at work. So I chose not to produce music, create music. But as I said, as the opportunity to be director of Parks and Recreation was no longer available to me, for therapy, I dove into music. And today is that next level, that next step of giving this music to the people. So that's the update for today. I absolutely love you guys. You guys are amazing. I'm so thankful for you. I'm thankful for you subscribing to my YouTube channel. That is the #1 way for artists to make money, to engage with people, is through their YouTube pages, not Facebook or Instagram. It's primary is text message and then YouTube. And so I'm thankful for every person who chooses to subscribe to my YouTube page. I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, 6,000 on Instagram. Some of those obviously are going to be the same people. But I'm asking, if you see this video, once it's done, do not forget to go to the YouTube page, Jahiti World, and like it and subscribe. All right? Give thanks.